Ohma Tikinagan Misidebetamank Mihima Iskonagan Ehtek Kananantunamak. Mandogadan when Goman Koyak Chikanan Makani Jan Shnanak, Mina Jamaskawatoeka the bench given nan, Mina get Skunagan Nanan. Ogamakana go give Nasawa Tikinagan, who had to do the minute. Abinojis, Mihawe Niganu it again matters Tamagoyak. We just nam, Hiwe Chuganawen Mausian. Nanda, Hima Chugabeshian, Chuganawen Mausian. Give again Tikinagan.org. Nanda Kanus, Basic, Nisaso, Wawi Bigan, Niwan, Ngudaso, Nianan, Nisan Ngudaso, Nishan, Niwan.
Whatche, bonjour. You are now listening to Kahkenuh Aweyuk, everyone together on TikTok Radio, hosted by Tikinagan Child and Family Services. We appreciate you tuning into our weekly program every Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern on Wawate Radio. Tikinagan is a community-based child and well-being agency rooted in and accountable to the First Nation communities we serve. We are here because we want to protect our children, help our families, and nurture our communities. To learn more about Tikinagan, visit tikinagan.org.
Bonjour, and hello to all our listeners out there in Wawate land. I'm your host, Tommy Tikinagan, and you're listening to Kahkenuh Aweyuk. Summer is over, fall is here, and everyone is busy at Tikinagan Child and Family Services. Over the past few months, Tikinagan has hosted numerous Honoring Our Children Day events in the various communities we serve. In September, the annual charity Golf Classic returned with a smashing turnout along with Orange Shirt Day on September 30th. And most recently, Tikinagan held its annual Chief Assembly in Thunder Bay on October 6, 2022. Which brings us to today's episode where we'll listen to Tikinagan Board Co-Chair Sonny Gagnon's opening remarks and Executive Director Thelma Morris's report.
Good morning all. My name is Sonny Gagnon from Ireland First Nation. And first of all, I wanted to just to commend our workers that are in the communities that work so hard to be where we are today, and then it starts from the communities and it goes all the way up to your supervisors, directors, and all the way up to our management, to our board, and it's very challenging work that we do. So again, I really want to commend our staff, our management, for the work that they do, and thank you.
Greetings. I just want to say the strengths of our people validate our way of life for Anishinaabe people, and the sacred responsibility for developing and sustaining our families takes us as Indigenous people back to the past to prepare ourselves for the future. The concepts, principles, and the values practiced are the strengths we need now to ensure healthy families, which in turn will be the foundation of strong and healthy communities. I understand the challenge our families and communities face. As a caregiver myself, like many of our people, I want the best for my children and grandchildren. I use that same perspective to look at our work within our communities. Equally important, our staff provide that same love and guidance for the children that come into our care. That's something we want to continue to encourage in every staff that comes on board at our agency. The overall goal of Tikinagan is to keep our children with us and within our community. This goal challenges us to nourish the values and principles of our people, draw our strengths from people we serve, and develop skills and resources at the community level to address child welfare issues. As it was in the past, the future of child welfare should be determined by each First Nation. We have currently worked, and will continue to work with our 30 First Nations communities towards achieving our goal of self-governance. The laws established by our First Nations will be how their children are provided care. In an effort to support our communities and maintain our reputation for leading the way, the initiative Tikinagan was approved at our 2021 Annual Chiefs Assembly. Tikinagan is the next step in implementing the original vision of our chiefs, and that will allow our communities to provide culturally strength-based service. Tikinagan, which means walking ahead, or first to walk ahead, aptly describes the goal to have Tikinagan breaking trail on a new proactive path to support and integrate band rep programs and First Nation lawmaking as well. In January, 2 program managers were hired to implement the Tikinagan initiative, and they have begun developing a work plan to help us know where we are going and to guide our first steps on this new journey. We encourage communities to be open to participate in collaborative and open to partnerships and collaborative work. As a child welfare agency, we want to align ourselves with those who are also fighting for equity for families and to maximize access to services in many areas like education and other resources. It is important that we work alongside our communities, whether children are in care or not, to ensure our children have access to community resources to maximize opportunities so they can succeed and thrive. Indigenous communities need to be able to run their own agencies and implement their own laws. History has taught us that mainstream laws and approaches don't work for our First Nation communities, and we know change won't happen overnight, but if First Nations design their services and how they implement their laws, it will work better as it will be designed to work in our communities and in the North. These will be laws our community members can stand behind. In our culture, children are regarded as sacred gifts from the Creator, not only to the family, but also to the larger community, and also to the extended family members. You know, as Indigenous people, as Anishinaabe people, or even our great nephews and nieces, that those are our babies. You know, that's the way it works in our communities. Everyone shares in that responsibility of protecting and caring for that child. This is what Tikinagan is all about. Our service model memo, Bikawaswin, which simply means working together to raise our children, is rooted in our traditional customs of caring for children. This year, all the efforts we made embodied this approach. Guided by our values, we adopted a new staff holiday, National Day of Truth and Reconciliation, which takes place annually on September 30th. This allows our staff to take this a very important day to reflect on our history, respect our culture, learn from our elders, and consider our spirituality as well. In an effort to strengthen trust and create a safe space for trust and honesty, we made efforts to celebrate our relationships with our stakeholders. In March, we launched our first Foster Parent Appreciation Month, sharing success stories on our website and social media channels. I was amazed by reading and watching the stories on the impact our foster parents are making in the lives of our children and youth. Mishkigogamang First Nations, Jolene and Sims Roundhead said the biggest reward over the last 6 years has been teaching their foster children, watching them and seeing their expressions on their faces when they're actually learning something or doing something for the first time. Emma Kijik said her community in Lac Seul First Nation has appreciated her role as a foster parent for the last decade, knowing her home is a safe place. I try to explain right now, these kids need a safe home, and that's what I'm providing. I feel I can provide a safe place for them. Quotes from our foster parent. Since many of our children and families reside in Thunder Bay and the District of Thunder Bay, we began the process of providing services in those areas in 2020. This transition continues to be a success, and we are continuing to build our services, allowing us to be accountable to our clients in these locations. We don't want to be too negative about the transition that occurred. We were just recently talking about the stress and the heartache that came for our staff when we were doing the transition. But the vision of our chiefs was to be, realized, and it did happen, and it is worth it. We were able to provide service to our folks here in Thunder Bay in the district. Serenity Kashuba, I think is how you pronounce her name, is a foster parent in Thunder Bay, and she sees her role as one of the many services available in the city for First Nation children and youth. It comes down to the family unit as a whole. I do this work because I want to see not only the children thriving, but to be able to watch everybody come together to help the families, mom and dad and extended families as well, and is really rewarding. Although the pandemic is still a presence in our lives, we continued to provide services to our children and families. We updated our procedures and adapted our services to ensure we maintain the safety of all staff, clients, and community members, and followed, of course, all the measures that the First Nations had in place. Tikinagan was created to provide culturally specific child and family services that emphasize an Indigenous approach to child welfare. Previously, services to support and care for Indigenous children and their families originated from outside the Indigenous community. We strive to provide career opportunities within our 30 First Nations and urban areas to access the skills, strengths, and knowledge of those who live within our communities. We enhance our employees' skills through our training and development programs, which allows our staff to provide better, culturally relevant services for our children and families. I am pleased to share Tikinagan Child and Family Services 2021-22 annual report. This report highlights our activities for the year, statistics, financial position, and more. Thanks to the diligent work of our elders, board, chiefs, communities, and staff, we have had a successful year in providing services to our children, families, and communities. That's the end of my report. We continue to use the wisdom of our chiefs, elders, and board to guide our decisions and to ensure our work meets the needs of our people. The chiefs created Tikinagan to support and strengthen our children, our families, and our communities, and we continue to work today. I look forward to another year of hard work, innovation, and moving forward and bettering the lives of our families and our communities. Miigwech.
During the annual Chiefs Assembly, Tikinagan honored 7 foster parents along with presenting the ＡᐃՀЯງ Award to this year's recipient, Judy Ann Schnebb. To learn more about the annual Chiefs Assembly, visit tikinagan.org. That's all for today, folks. And on the next episode, we'll continue with the annual Chiefs Assembly. Until then, stay safe and take care.
Did you know Tikinagan Child and Family Services serves the District of Thunder Bay? Tikinagan Child and Family Services works together with First Nations communities to protect children and help families create and sustain a healthy, safe home environment. But we all have a moral obligation to protect our children from harm so that they can live in safety and grow up to become our community's leaders. If you're concerned for a child's well-being, call Tikinagan or your local Children's Aid Society. To learn more, visit tikinagan.org or call 1-800-465-3624.
Thank you for listening to Kahkenuh Aweyuk, Everyone Together on TikTok Radio, hosted by Tikinagan Child and Family Services. Miigwech.